Okay, this is 9C. Number 1, which of the following scatter diagrams should be summarized by R? Number 1, why not 2?
Because it's spread out and we know it has the outlier.
2 had an outlier, and you could look at that outlier, and if possible, you could find out if there's a good reason for that outlier. You know, like you're doing height and wingspan and you're measuring somebody that doesn't have any legs. Go ahead and throw them out. We don't care about them. Right? They just don't fit the mold. Okay? 2. A class of 15 students happens to include 5 basketball players. True or false? And explain. The relationship between heights and weights for this class should be summarized using R. I guess it kind of depends on what your... Yeah. Are you trying to represent the school as a whole? Then it still might be okay. What if you have a small school that only has that has a lot of basketball players? You know, that's your only sport. So it depends on whether or not having 1/3 of your students being basketball players is representative of the population as a whole. Okay? In our school, probably not a good idea, although some basketball players are short. Yeah, we're running out of tall. Okay, 3. A circle of diagram D has an area of 1/4 pi d squared. An investigator plots a scatter diagram of area against diameter for a sample of circles with different diameters. The correlation is, it would be exactly 1. Oh, is it? Oh, so it's still doing a linear? Okay. Right. So I would say it's 1, but you would use a quadratic graph. If you did a linear graph, it's going to be almost 1, but a linear graph is a bad idea because that actually is perfectly quadratic. So, and notice it didn't use R. That's kind of a difficult question. But would you calculate R if you used an equation to figure out your scatter plot? No, because it's going to be perfect, right? There's no variability. It's exactly perfect. Okay. For a certain data set, R is 0.75, which is true. There are no outliers. True or false? We have no idea. Could there be outliers? There might be one outlier that takes the correlation coefficient from 0.95 to 0.57. One number could do that if it's far enough off. Or we could have things just scattered around and there's no real outlier, so we don't have enough information. There is a nonlinear association. Yeah. What did they say? So if everything's an outlier, nobody's an outlier. Right? It's from The Incredibles. What did he say? Because when everybody's super, nobody's super.
I love The Incredibles.
Okay, that takes care of C.